probably one of the most tedious things about being an educator is having to write lesson plans. Though there are some people out there that really enjoy getting the words down on paper, it's probably one of the least liked parts of being an educator. However, when you're really creating a student-centered lesson plan, objectives are very, very important in figuring out how you want your lessons to go. So the first question is, well, why? I know as I moved from a teacher-centered model to a student-centered model, I originally kept my same mentality about lesson plans. They were just some paperwork that I had to file and get taken care of. But once I really started honing in on different student-centered activities, I realized I needed to know what I wanted my students to be able to achieve in order to be able to say that that lesson was successful. And the easiest way to do that is to base the entire lesson around specific objectives. So throughout the years, I've been told by different supervisors that objectives should look different ways. One of them was that the objective should be clearly completing a standard that is required. So for instance, students will be able to compare and contrast the most important points and key details presented in two texts on the same topic, which is one of the science content standards. So I had lesson plans that looked a little bit like this. Another supervisor told me that I should be answering an essential question, which is that broad topic of an idea that your entire lesson should also be answering. So for instance, students will be able to answer the question, was the Renaissance truly a rebirth, or was it actually a whole new baby, which is obviously historically based. So kind of putting all of them together is what I found would work best for a student-centered lesson plan. So that was when you would take the idea of a concept, okay, and showing the understanding of that on behalf of the students. So students will be able to demonstrate the different points of view of characters in Romeo and Juliet. So you take the content idea, you take the core standards, you take the question, and you answer all of that together. So you're saying in this aspect right here is the sweet spot. I want my students to be able to do this by this lesson plan. So by creating the objective first, you're figuring out exactly what you need your students to do, and then you can work backwards from there to figure out how you're going to get them to be able to do that.